We've all been in a situation where we pick up the phone and start to dial the police, then put it back down because it's not an emergency and we aren't sure if we should call them. Allow me to introduce you to the NROs and CPCs, otherwise known as Neighborhood Resource Officers and Crime Prevention Coordinators.
Well, the Santa Monica Police Department has 4 neighborhood resource officers. Our city is divided, generally speaking, into 4 geographic areas, and each area has its own independent officer. And we call them community relations officers. And what they do is they help members of the community that live in their particular districts with resolving more long-term problems that don't necessarily equate to a crime problem, but that equate to an issue of disorder, a need for information, or just generalized assistance.
We're out here with Officer Art Williams, who is in fact an NRO. And Officer Williams, thanks so much for having us.
No problem.
And the $64,000 question, as an NRO, what do you do?
Well, as a neighborhood resource officer, I work closely with the community, and I also work with the crime prevention coordinators in the community relations unit. And we attack quality of life issues within the city. We find out what the problems are, get to the root cause of those problems, and we work with other units to see if we can come up with some type of solution where everyone is happy.
I mean, so what makes you guys different than a regular officer?
Well, what's different from an NRO and a regular officer is we're not tied to the radio, meaning that we don't have to go and respond to all the calls for service. Now, granted, we do respond to all emergencies, just like any other police officer would, but then NRO has additional time to look at whatever issues are in the community, sit down, take a look at what the problem is, figure out the problem, figure out a root cause, and try to come up with a solution.
The counterpart of the neighborhood resource officers are the crime prevention coordinators. And one of the best services that they provide are home security surveys, where they'll come out to your home and make sure that it's as safe as could possibly be. So we met up with my friend Laura Lee to see exactly what these surveys were all about.
So Greg, this is a perfect situation. The foliage is beautiful, but it's cut back. It allows us to see in. So that means that your neighbors can see in, the police can see in, and hopefully no one's going to try to get in your window. Because
yeah, but then would you want privacy though? I mean, you don't want your neighbors to see in.
Absolutely, and that's why you buy blinds. Put your blinds up, but keep your front of your house open and visible.
So it's a good thing for the neighbors to be able to see in.
Absolutely.
Why so?
It solves a lot of crimes. That's who calls the police when they see something that isn't right.
All right, that makes sense. What's up next?
We're going to go to the front door. We're going to check out their locks. So Greg, this is a perfect situation. You don't ever want to rely on just a doorknob lock.
Makes sense.
You want to have a deadbolt.
Any deadbolt?
No. You want a specific deadbolt. You want a deadbolt that is made of steel and has at least a 2-inch throw. A throw is the part that goes into the door frame. This will secure the door from anyone trying to kick it in. If you just use a doorknob lock, it's very vulnerable.
As we continued throughout the house, it became evident just how important these surveys are. And home security surveys are just one aspect of the free services available to you from the crime prevention coordinators. What the police department wants you to know about NROs and CPCs is that they're here to help you, so don't be afraid to use them. And if you ask the chief, she'll tell you, well, with these 2 programs, it's just simple math.
Well, I believe, 1 is good, 2 is better. So what this does is it makes sure that we have a broad-based approach to our community affairs section and dealing with the problems that we face in our community.